to Thursday. Back to you.
Peter, thank you. If you feel unproductive, overwhelmed, exhausted, and irritable during this shutdown, well, you probably should, and that is okay. One Appalachian State University professor shared that message in an email, and it has been copied and forwarded across the country. Many are saying it's just what is needed right now. We wanted her to share that message with you at this moment. Joining us via the phone is Dominque Hammonds. She's an assistant professor in the university's Department of Human Development and Psychological Counseling. Dr. Hammonds, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And first we want to ask you, we know Boone's population drops pretty significantly when students are not on campus. What is it like there in town right now?
Yeah, Boone is home to many college students and tourists. And, interestingly, I left right before break and said goodbye to my students, and I haven't been back since. So I imagine our students have experienced the same thing. Many of them have actually gone home at this point. And so, yeah, I think Boone is eerily quiet right now.
What an interesting time. Your email we were talking about shows a famous triangle in psychological circles. Could you start by telling us what it is and what the tiers we see there represent?
Absolutely. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's really a pyramid. It consists of 5 tiers, constructed almost like the food pyramid, except in this theory, it represents human needs and things that we work to satisfy over our lifespan. The bottommost tiers represent security and things that sustain life, like food, water, rest. And then there are basic needs. Then there are psychological needs, those things like esteem, love, and belonging. And at the very top there that you see, that represents self-fulfillment and self-actualization. But it's also important to note that this theory is not new. It was developed in the 1940s, and since, many postmodern approaches across various disciplines have actually used it as their theoretical foundation or the building blocks.
And Dr. Hammonds, in your message, you put a label reading "You Are Here" by the tier right above the very bottom there, the one for safety. Tell us why that is so significant.
So progress toward the top of the pyramid is often hindered by failure to meet the needs near the lower tiers. And this pandemic, it threatens both our physical and psychological safety. So for many people, this what's going on right now, it kicks up a lot of emotions and questions like, how do I care for my loved ones? Or what will tomorrow look like? Or even, can I count on life being the way that it was before? So people are experiencing uncertainty right now, anxiety, depression, or even trauma because of COVID-19. And then, there are those correlational factors like isolation, routine change, or constant exposure to news and unsettling images. And all these things reinforce our sense of helplessness to change what's going on right now.
Yeah, certainly a lot of people are there at this moment. So the next big question becomes, what can we do? What should we do?
I think first it's important to acknowledge your experience. So we're all struggling to maintain, I like to say, a pre-COVID pace and level of productivity. And remember that we're all human. We're all experiencing sometimes a trauma on a global scale right now. And our bodies are really good at reminding us what we need to focus on. So our bodies might be sending us messages that, hey, right now is a good time to focus on maintaining our sense of physical and psychological safety. And our emotional bandwidth, it only goes so far. So you have to be kind to yourself and remember that it makes sense that you're experiencing difficulty doing the things that you might have normally done before. So yes, the first thing I would say is acknowledge your experience, and then that gives us permission to be compassionate towards ourselves, practice self-care, and then do what I call an internal check-in. So you can ask yourself questions like, what do I need right now? Where is that need coming from? And then how can I healthily meet it? And if you're able, meet with a counselor online.
And Dr. Hammonds, we mentioned at the top that this message has been shared widely. What kind of response are you getting?
Yeah, surprisingly, a really positive response. I never expected those words to go viral. When I wrote them, my goal was to just give voice to the experience of my friends, colleagues, and students. And I think what ended up happening is that my words normalize what many people are thinking and feeling right now. So if there's nothing else that people remember from our time today, this morning, I want people to remember that your psychological response to COVID-19, it's not deviant, it's human, and you can be kind to yourself.
Dr. Hammonds, thanks so much for your time this morning. Stay safe.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be right back with our top stories.